Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.
What's going on, you guys? It's your good guy here, PrinceOnyx. Peace and life, family. So let's go ahead and talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion, but more specifically the Janet Hubert, aka the Blackstress segment. And yeah, let's just dive into that, shall we? So I watched it, signed up for the little free trial on HBO Max, then deleted it afterwards just because, not really checking for HBO Max right now, but I may resubscribe next month. Who knows? Anyway, what I find interesting with the whole Janet Hubert situation is that it took this long, 27 to 30 years, to finally, officially have a sit down with Will Smith, to which, this is definitely going into the killing of the ego and reflecting back on your life and seeing where you went wrong, where you dropped the ball, and rectifying the situation. However, in this situation, it begs the question of, was this enough? I would say no. I'm agreeing with the majority of everyone else to say that no, this is not enough. It's a start, but it's not enough. For it to be true healing, is she needs to be getting money, all the residuals that she missed out on, because the show is syndicated. They went into syndication, I believe, season 4 or 5, or probably even season 6. So they're all getting residual checks till this day, which clearly got to still be hefty enough, because that was from 1990 to 96. So the checks should still be looking pretty decent, when they come around. But she needs to be getting that, essentially a form of reparations from recouping all the money that she lost. From here on out, Will Smith, in any and every project that he is a part of and that he does, she needs to have a role. Whether it is playing his character's mother, character aunt, whatever the case is, or somebody's auntie or somebody's mother, or even a teacher, professor, whatever the case is, lawyer, police sergeant, whatever, the astronaut, whatever, scientist, whatever. She needs to be having more work, because essentially she was blackballed behind this whole fallout and this whole situation, because the producers only wanted her to work for like 2 months. They were going to reduce her salary, I think, by, I forgot how much exactly, and she didn't want it because she was actually real life pregnant at the time, and unfortunately she was in an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage. And so when the situation went down with the debacle behind the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she was not only blackballed from the industry, but she was also disowned from her family, which really says a lot about them, because, okay, why are you guys disowning her because this happened? Like, do y'all care to know what happened, the ins and outs? You guys are her family. But that just goes to show that just because you blood don't really mean much, So, yeah, it begs the question on, was this enough? Was the apology enough? No, there needs to be more rectifying from this. There needs to be more healing, and on top of that, again, she needs to gain back all that she had lost from those 27 to 30 years, because some of her scenes are all of her scenes are damn near the most classic when she was on there. And that's no shade to Daphne, who took over when when the original Unvive Janet was taken off, you know what I'm saying? But you can tell the difference in the direction of the show, because Janet even loved the writing back when she was on it, and you can tell that they really, with the new Unviv, they domesticated her a lot. They really domesticated her a lot, because the original Unvivian, she was a professor, she was, teaching at the school, she, was just had it going on, conscious, pro-black, all of that, she could still, she was classy, not ratch, like ratchet, but classy, rich, whatever the case is, from, wealthy, but she could still get down and take her earrings off when the time comes, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could still turn up if need be. But with Daphne's Vivian, because I feel like I'm saying the abbreviation wrong. With Daphne Reed's Unvivian, she was more domesticated and just was basically reduced to being a housewife, and all of those layers and the complexities were just taken away. And it sucks because it sucks because of how they basically portrayed her as the more dainty one, you know what I'm saying, especially when you dive into colorism, the more dainty, fair-skinned one, and just you know, everything's good, you know what I'm saying? Like the more lackadaisical one, I don't know, it's just, yeah, more lackadaisical one. Whereas with the original Vivian, you felt such class, that je ne sais quoi, such refinedness, revered, and just, yeah, such elegance, you know what I'm saying? Such elegance and such black excellence, a true symbolism for dark-skinned women, because as she told Will that, you know, being labeled as difficult in this industry, that is the kiss of death. And where have we heard this whole thing about a black woman being labeled difficult, a dark-skinned black woman being labeled as difficult before? Does Monique ring a bell, anybody? Does she? Because, yeah, man, it's like, it really sucks. It really sucks what she has had to endure because of this situation, and how she was basically removed from the spotlight and opportunities stopped coming because of what happened. And you know what? The producers also we should have seen them apologize as well. For if they're still alive, I believe they are, but we should see them apologize to her as well. And again, all of the money that she lost, that needs to be recuperated immediately. It wouldn't hurt Will Smith to cut her a check for all the money that she has lost off rip, and to put her in every project from here on out. We should see her in the next Bad Boys. We should see her in any and everything, even if the movie is not a success or whatever. Hell, if they were to make a Gemini Man 2, I would love to see her in that as like a scientist or something like that, or again an auntie or whatever the case is. She needs to be in any and every project that Will Smith does from here on out. Period. And another thing, a lot of people were pointing out that when she reunited with the cast, everybody was there except Alfonso, and he apparently was filming America's Funniest videos that day, because everything that they filmed with him, they actually shot that in a day. So the other stuff was with everybody else minus him, which I kind of find that to be weird, but because I'm trying to remember the reunion, I feel like he was there for when baby Nikki came, so I don't know. Interesting. It's really interesting. But yeah, so that's all I got for this. I didn't get too deep into it, but I just gave you guys some food for thought. And what were your thoughts if you did come across and watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's reunion? What did you think about it? I mean, I enjoyed it overall, but see, more importantly, before I go, it sucks that they reduced the pain and suffering and everything that she went through. They reduced it to a 10-minute segment. It really should have been a 2-parter, and that should have been like at least a 30-minute, that should have been a huge chunk of it, is their conversation. Because I know that there was more that they recorded, and if they decide to do like a DVD special or reissue the DVDs and add that to it, but they're with special features or whatever the case is, we should see more of their conversation, because that it was more. And of course, there are people who are alleging that maybe Janet Hubert and Will Smith may have been messing around back in the day. I don't know, and I'm not going to put that out there either, but it's something that people are murmuring, is that, maybe that's why, because for her to hold on to this grudge, which is like, okay, why is it that it's always the dark-skinned woman who is holding on to a grudge? Why is it that she can't just say that, hey, I've been done wrong? Why is it that there always has to be some type of underlying meaning behind that? Why? Seriously, I wonder, does anybody think about that? I feel like they don't. So that's just me. And then again, with the colorism topic, Will Smith being a light-skinned black man and having that much power at the age of 21, having power over her, who is a veteran actress and was always professional through and through, just the dynamics, it was always stacked against Janet. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you either get along with the program, get with the program, or get lost. And because she wasn't trying to get with the program, they just, nixed her. And it sucks again, because you guys literally promoted that was the main part everybody included myself tuned in for. That was the main part that we all tuned in for, was to see the whole conversation, the sit down with Janet Hubert and Will. That was the whole point, and y'all promoted that and marketed that in the trailers for it, the pictures that were being released, the little funny TikTok videos, all of that. So it's just man, just to reduce it to a 10-minute segment, it just goes to show that black women, dark-skinned women, always get the short end of the stick. And then people are telling Monique, oh, you need to let it go, begging Tyler Perry to call you and apologize now that you've seen. Why does she need to let it go? Because y'all the same ones who were telling Janet to let it go? Did anybody ever tell Eartha Kitt to let it go when she was blackballed? Did anybody ever tell Paula J. Parker to let it go when she was blackballed? Did anybody ever... Look, Hattie McDaniel, like all of these black women who have paved the way for one another in one way or another. Anybody ever tell them to let it go? So why is it that we have to be, why is it that we, young, old, whatever generation is still around, we're the ones telling Monique, oh, you need to let it go? What if she doesn't want to let it go? She wants them to just admit that, hey, y'all were wrong, y'all did say what y'all said, y'all made these power moves and blackballed her. Because it was Lee Daniels who told her that she was blackballed, that Fox wasn't, that they didn't want to move forward with her when he was trying to have her play Cookie before Taraji P. Henson. And then on top of that, he orchestrated, Lee Daniels being the messy bottom that he is, he orchestrated the beef, but he tried to orchestrate beef between Taraji and Monique. Little do y'all know. So, no. A black woman should never have to let it go. It is her trauma. It is her pain. It is not yours. And y'all need to let it go. How about that? Anyway, fix my little fake invisible tie. This is PrinceOnyx signing out. Let me know what you guys think about this topic, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.